What is up, everyone? My name is Ryan, and this is Cousins Trading Post. First video on the channel where I'm really excited to be talking about how I got back into Pokemon, really what got me back into Pokemon, what I'm doing with this channel, how I'm building out an online presence, an online store, and most importantly, how I'm giving back. There's a lot of toxicity, a lot of scalping, a lot of these negativity in the community. So, what I'm going to do a little bit differently is every single Friday, or at least try to every single Friday, give something back completely free to the community through a video. So that'll be coming out this next Friday. But as a first video, I wasn't planning on doing this, but this is something that just came out of Pokebeach and wanted to talk about because 151 was what got me back into TCG, and I'm sure a lot of people did. So for this to drop, this is super exciting and different for me, right? So Black Bolt and White Flare are going to be the new sets coming for Gen 5, and it's going to be their version of 151 for Gen 5. And I originally didn't know how to feel about this because Gen 5 was not something that I typically loved. I didn't have the same connection. I had a lot of connection to gens 1 through 3. That's what I was raised on, and so I wasn't really sure what to take of this. But after this news, I'm worried. I think this is going to make the hobby even more popular, right? And even just from the pack art, the pack art's pretty bananas, right? I mean, it's beautiful. Like this is going to be something that sticks out, and I think is going to be really, really popular for a lot of people. Um, it's interesting because, even the art style alone, even the basic cards, the Snivy, the Servine, like, they are pretty clean looking. They're basics, but what it is it's showing me that, I didn't necessarily like the style of Destined Rivals, to be honest. I think it's a pretty polarizing set. A lot of people are saying it's gonna be super hype, Rocket's gonna be super hype, but I'm more excited for this, and I didn't think so. Like, even these basic cards like the Victini, the Tepig, like, this is that style that kinda goes back to the Gen 1 that I think a lot of people are really gonna vibe with, and so it'll be really interesting to see. I didn't think that that we could get more popular, but it looks like we might go that way. Even just the M bar, even the regular, right, whether it's hollow or non-hollow, looks so, so sick. One thing that I'll be sharing too is I'm trying to get actually into the TCG themselves to actually start playing. So I'll share with you guys what that's like because it's been a blast doing that. But even like the Reshiram EX, like this looks unbelievably clean, just the regular cards, right? This is my favorite evolution line was Oshawott, Duat, Samurai. I think from playing Legends Arceus and just seeing Samurai in the alternate form of him. Pretty Bass and the Kyurem EX, like I said, these cards just look good. Even though I'm not as familiar, not as in love with the Pokemon themselves, they look really good. And I think that's going to be drawing a lot of people back, right? But this is where the set I think is going to get insane. Is that there's all 156 Pokemon are getting an IR or an SIR. That just blows my mind that we're going to have 156 of them. I think it's going to do a couple things for the set. I think it's going to make the pull rates hopefully absolutely bananas. I think it's going to make it a really fun set to collect, even though if you're not as familiar with like me, and especially with the art direction. Like I think this art direction is way cooler than what they did with Destined Rivals. And even with all the evolution lines, like it has that 151 reminiscence, whereas there's this really cool, especially with the epic evolution, and it like paints this really vivid picture. I think that's one of the things that I loved about 151 is each of the IRs and SIRs paint these ridiculously vivid pictures where you can go and look and actually like see the Pokemon, as it should be and telling a story. And again, that is so cool to me. I mean, like, look at this. This is like with the water in the background, laying on the hammock. It's so damn cool. And in the pool, and like all of these evolutions have just such epic final cards. And that's just 9 of the 156, let alone as we get to some of the crazier ones down the line. I- I just don't. I didn't think we could get more popular, and I'll talk about that in another video as well than where we are, but it looks like we may go that way. What I think is gonna be really interesting is the change in how they're doing, one of the Japanese they're doing, the Japanese, products is that they're doing 7 card regular booster packs, but they're doing these 35 card mega packs, and I'm curious to see if they bring that over to the English because it's 35 cards, which is, 7 regular booster packs in 1, and it comes with a guaranteed IR. So that'll be interesting to see if something like that's brought back to English. I think that would be awesome. I think it would just make this collection more fun for people to get their hands on. Because right now, some of the hit rates of something like Prismatic or some of these other sets are just it's abysmal. It's tough when you actually go through and buy packs and try to get hits. I mean, for those, singles is the way to go. This might be fun to be able to see if we can actually get product off the shelf and just pull it that way. I did see it's interesting that they're doing the horizontal hollow paper actually in black and white. So I know they're doing a couple products, but this again, I thought Destined Rivals was going to be the peak. Who knows? It looks like nothing in May is dropping. I know Destined Rivals I think is dropping on May 30th. Um, but it looks like June 6th is when we're getting this for Japan. Um, and then August 1st again for the megas, which we'll talk about. So we'll see what comes of this. I didn't think it was going to be as big as it is. I think this could be really huge. But I also think it could be readily available, super fun set. So again, my name's Ryan. I'm super excited to have you all on the channel. This Friday giveaway, come check it out. Opening packs and just going to give everything that I open away. So I'm really excited. Hopefully I can pull something really cool, but I appreciate you stopping by. Peace.